Hey up folks, hope you're all well. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for clicking on the video. So on this one I'm heading back out into the woods again. Pretty local area to me. It's only about 15 miles away from where I live, and I've camped here quite a few times. But the plan today is to camp in an area I haven't camped in before. It's a bit of a larch plantation. Did a day camp there a few weeks ago. I thought I'd pop back there and do an overnighter. So at the moment I'm just following the perimeter of this farmer's field here, and I'll be heading out towards that tree line there. Where I'm heading for is about a mile away, the tree line on the horizon there. So looking forward to it. Got all day. It's not been too bad. It's a bit overcast. I've had a few April showers already, but sun's trying to come out, so should be good. Really looking forward to it. Just gonna have quite a chilled one. A couple of projects I want to have a go at. Nice bit of simple food and just enjoy it. So here's an old spot of mine, somewhere where I've hammock camped before, just here. And on that camp I did a Dakota fire pit just down there. As you can see, nature's well and truly claimed its spot back. So as I've just crossed this little brook here, just come across this carpet. Everywhere I look is just ransoms, wild garlic, and the smell is absolutely incredible. This is one of my favourite wild edibles. It goes great with like soups, pasta. I'll put it in noodles as well. But yeah, the smell is really strong. Right, I'm just on the edge of the larch plantation there. As you can see, it's quite a bit darker in there, but it has just started to rain again, so it's clouded over quite a bit. But hopefully I'll find a spot in there. It's not too dark to film, and I'll get the tarp up. This will do for me for tonight. It's reasonably level. Canopy's above's okay. That's it from the outside. That's it's solid little shelter. Ideal for an air. That should do the job for me tonight. Just had the tie out on the back to this tree here, just to pull it out a bit more at the back. But yeah, that'll be fine for tonight. So what I'm going to do now, I want to lash together a tripod. I want to improvise a bit of a camp chair using one of them old mesh hammocks that I've got. So I'm going to have a minute and then we'll crack on with that. Right folks, so the plan is to make a bit of a bushcraft camp chair using one of these old mesh style hammocks. These were what I was first introduced to hammocking back in the early 90s. It's what we used to use in the military in Kenya. Not the best things to sleep in. We used to add spreader bars to each end and put some cut down roll mat in them. But I've had one now for a couple of years for nostalgia's sake. Not used it for anything else, but I thought I'd have a go at making a bit of a chair using a lash tripod for it. So I'm going to do the lashing now and then we'll see if we can make a chair out of it. Right, to do the lashing I'm going to be using bank line number 36, tarred bank line. It should make it grip really well and should be able to get a nice tight lash on it. But to start off, we're going to come to one tag end and we're going to start off with a clove hitch. So basically 2 loops, there's one, do the second one, put the top one over the second one, then put that over your pole. There's a couple of ways to tie it, but it's one of the ways I prefer to do it. Come down to your desired point, cinch that. I'm just going to put a couple of stopper knots in, that's what I prefer to do. 1, 2, and I can trim that off. Just helps keep everything nice and neat. All I'm going to do to start with is just wrap round 4 or 5 times. Let's just use a bit of a toggle, get that tight. Start to come up in between. Let's say I'll only go 3 times. Put the stopper knot in there. We'll trim that. there's a closer look at the lashing. All we've got to do now is attach the hammock. Not exactly sure it's going to be the best way to do it, but soon find out. Thinking there's one in there. Show that one in a bit. I'll put the saw down there so we can match that on there. There we go, there's my little chair, using the old mesh hammock. It's probably all they're really good for these days. All I've done is just secured these in, just put some grooves on here. Friction, this pulling down will actually hold that in place. Just put a spreader bar down and it's wrapped round that. But yeah, it's all good, that'll do for me. Moment of truth. So camp's all set up now. Got a tarp tent, the improvised bushcraft chair using the mesh hammock. I have braced it at the back here, put a couple of pegs in, so I've dropped the leg a bit further back so it gives you a bit more of a lie. Done a little bit of a fireplace, so we're using the Bushbox. Won't be having a ground fire on this one. Like I said, I'm in larch plantation, and larch is a deciduous conifer, so you get all this duff, the pine needles and everything, which is covering the floor. So yeah, it's not good for a ground fire, but we're using the Bushbox a bit later. So I'm just going to chill out for a bit for a start my tea. It's still a bit early, so but it's nice and quiet at the moment. All good. It's about 7:30 now, so I'm going to get my tea on. Getting quite hungry. Just going to use some fat wood shavings. Just get a good part of this. Get to take a spark. Get my tea on. It should do. for the best bit. It's got to be red, definitely with hot dogs. Oh yeah. Morning folks. So I've been up quite a while now, already had my coffee, had a really good night's sleep. Tarp tent served me really well. I was toasty warm all night. So I'm just going to get breakfast on now. I've got some of the hot dog sausages still to have with some black pudding, and I've got a breakfast tin with me. I've had them a few times before. They're really good camping food, especially if you haven't got to hike too far. So I'm going to get that done, get my breakfast down me, and start getting packed up. Oh, I love a bit of black pudding. That is done. Just add some black pepper, make it cool and tuck in. Oh yeah. So that's how I slept in the Tarp tent last night. Managed to get in there lengthways. Absolutely loads of room in there. All your gear as well at the back. And use the old spare sock trick at the top of the pole. But yeah, it worked really well. Loads of protection. So next camp, I'm planning a trip to Snowdonia with any luck within the next 2 or 3 weeks. Got some new gear I want to try out there, so hopefully you can join me for that one too. But thanks as always for your support, guys. I really do appreciate it. Until the next one, take care. I'll see you again soon.